Okay, so grassroots take the principles are obvious, the character is obvious, caring, the innovation is there. How did you execute on you're a leader and you have X amount of individuals relying on you in the beginning to learn how to use something, and then that grows.
Right.
So what's your process in the beginning of teaching and enabling leaders to lead? Because that's what it sounds like these originators have to learn how to educate the realtors on how to educate themselves, to educate the consumer. There's so much.
It was
How
rough.
do you execute?
It was rough at first. First of all, I had to believe in what I was selling. So the very first thing that you ever have to do as a leader, and I would give this as advice and do to everybody that's leading in any way, I don't care what it is you're doing, you cannot sell a leadership plan, a leadership product, a leadership anything unless you truly have poked holes and believe in that 100%. So when I had things that were rolled down, because there's corporate America and corporate agenda. And when corporate agenda says, Christine, you're the head of sales, I want you to roll this new technology out. And I'm looking at that like, how's that going to help my guys? I'm going to beat the shit out of that platform up. I'm going to poke holes in it. I'm going to pilot it. And I'm going to say, that's cool. Okay, you can do this with it. You can do that with it. And I got to get my head around it. And I am very pointedly doing that.
Wow.
I'm dismissing. I'm thinking of the questions my guys are going to have. I'm fixing it. Maybe I'm going back to the originator of it and saying, we need to tweak this plan. We need to remove these things. We need to add these things. It needs to be more functional here. And when I end up with the basis of something that I really, truly believe in the value, I am the greatest soldier to swing that sword and get the troops to follow me, because I'm going to show up and I'm going to say, this is going to save our lives. And that's what I did with Annie Mac Works, is I had guys that were like, what do you mean go and visit realtors? Like, the realtors are dying. And I thought, every other loan officer in the world is going to go out on the promise of competitive rates and great service. Every one of them. It's vanilla. It's not different. And you are going to go out there and tell them that you're going to rebuild their businesses with them. Yes, you have good rates. Yes, you have competitive products, but you're going to go tell them that you're going to rebuild their business. You're going to partner with them, and you're going to show them the way through education. And that's what we did. We gave classes every week that were live across the nation. Some days we'd have 6 people on. Some days we had 600. Sometimes we had 16,000, depending on the topic of the class. And we did this, and they are still doing it. Every single week. And so what did I do? I wanted to become a subject matter expert. I attended every class for 3 solid years.
As a leader.
Every week. I would go to the classes being held on the realtor education. And it didn't matter where I was, if I was traveling, if it was 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., which is when the classes were held on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and 12 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday, I would dial in and listen to the classes. And until it was, because the schedule would eventually repeat, even though they were always adding new things, there were some fundamental things. And I could do the classes. I could have done the classes by then. But I wanted to be able to be in a conversation where if I was going to be the trainer with the LOs, that I could do that.
Wow.
So here's what I think. I think fundamentally that basis of how to survive has taught me everything. I think that, it is the reason that we have seen success is fundamentally people want to know that you're telling them to go do something that works. It's kind of like today. It's 2019, and I know that I just took this huge leap again off this cliff, right? Building 2020 vision for success coaching. I knew I was going to build this company sitting on that beach writing Wise Eyes. I knew I would have a coaching company. I told Joe Panabianco at the first dinner, I'm going to have a coaching company one day. And a year before I left, I told Joe Panabianco, I'm going to go build my coaching company. I believe. I had to get to a place where I believe what I'm doing is timely. It's important. I understand what is dysfunctional about the mortgage industry. I know that I know the brokers are reemerging, and I know that companies need something that's going to attract the loan officers to their brands. I know that those loan officers need education that helps them produce in today's market with social media and all the techniques that are current today and going forward. And so that's what I've done now, is built another platform that once again is going to attract, increase production, and retain the very best sales talent in the banking space.